Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back again with Eldrazi Ramp, specifically Herigast Eldrazi Ramp on the draw for game one. What makes this hand good? If we had a Talisman, this would be pretty stellar. I mean, two Chrysalis on board on turn 4 is pretty good into a World Breaker. I'll keep it. It's not bad by any stretch, so I feel happy enough with it. It could definitely be made better by a Talisman, a Utopia Sprawl. So that's 8 hits there alone. We have Malevolent Rumble, so yeah, a lot of good stuff, I'd say. So Mega Spawn, also pretty solid. Any reason why I wouldn't want to play a Lab right now? If you find a Temple, that doesn't really change things. Talisman doesn't change things. So yeah, Stomping Ground tapped is probably fair at this point. I guess the main benefit of an Ugin's Lab, it insulates something for next turn, or insulates it at least from a Thoughtseize, but I think we can just proceed. On the off chance there's like some land destruction, I suppose. Okay, seriously, what is up with decks right now? I genuinely am just so baffled by all the shenanigans we've been seeing. Freaking wild. Okay, Valky. What am I playing against? And I'll play the Forest and pass. Like I said, it's a turn 3 Chrysalis into a turn 4 Chrysalis into a turn 5 Breaker. It's not the best hand in the world, but it is certainly a hand. Valky. That was unexpected. Hit me for 2, go right ahead. So, are they looking to play Valky fairly? Trying to figure out what we're playing against. Mortuary. So it's domain something. Domain what, though? That's what I don't know. Planner Jet? What in the hell? Okay. Another Writhing Chrysalis. Jesus. So we're going to go Writhing Chrysalis, and the Writhing Chrysalis, and the Writhing Chrysalis. Maybe I'll draw our 4th Writhing Chrysalis. Alright, we'll hold up the ability to respond at this point. I mean, next turn we could just play World Breaker if needed. Otherwise, like I said, just Writhing Chrysalis. Yeah, it's fine. I feel like that is not something you want to run out right now. That's me. I guess this way you can attack in a Valky, for what it's worth. Domain Valky. Still trying to wrap my head around this. Figure out what I'm playing against. Okay. Pest control. I mean, I'll just feign that I have something here. Right. Well, I got nothing, so I guess we'll just go into Chrysalis. I have 3 cards in hand. What am I playing against? Again, clearly it's domain something. Valky, Pest Control, Planar Genesis. I guess with Planar Genesis is trying to ramp into flipping Valky, playing it fairly. We like domain control. Oh my god, we actually did draw into the 4th Writhing Chrysalis. I was joking, game. I wasn't actually expecting you to give me the 4th Writhing Chrysalis. Like, if we're gonna just play nothing but Writhing Chrysalis for the next 2-3 turns, I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing, right? There's an archive. Do you keep it on top? 'Tis the question. So, I guess it is. Oh, excuse me. I guess it is like domain control. Weird. Like Valky as the threat, I guess. Interesting. Very interesting. Fetch Marsh Flats. Remind what Valky does when it flips. Exile top, target artifact or creature, and add 3. Flage? No. Bring to light? No way, yeah, bring to light. Hold the phone. Hold the... Okay. Oh, my word. Yeah. Modern bring to light? Did someone just like... Okay, yeah. Unexpected. Yeah. Okay. And then, how does this read again? You may play exile cards with Tibble and spend mana as though they're mana of any color. Okay. So what we want to do now is we just need to storm the board. Freaking modern bring to light. Was not expecting that. Weird. I love modern right before BNR. Everyone was like, screw grinding. I'm just gonna play whatever the fresh hell I want. Draw. Okay, Utopia Sprawl. 4 red. And guess what, opponent? We got more. Writhing Chrysalis. So they can't exile, but they can create more blockers. So right now I have 2, 4, 5, 7, 9. 9 mana available. So we can go Chrysalis into Breaker next turn, in fact. Really try and flood the board. I guess the one downside of that would be a Supreme Verdict. That would kinda suck. Cavern of Souls, Windswept Teeth. I would have liked that land, to be fair. It's spell or play. You may spend mana as though or any mana to cast those spells. Okay, so cast spells, so they cannot play lands. Oh, they can. Oh, you may play cards. You may play cards exiled. Yeah, okay. So, yeah. They went Eldrazi so they can... I guess now they can play colorless, yeah. That's so funny. And draw. So I can... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 10. So I can do these triggers. And we need 5. So 1 triggers. 2. Always yield triggers. 3. 4. And 5. Diz World Breaker. Let's grab a Leyline Binding. And now we go to combat. Swing at Tybalt. Leyline Binding. No. What this? What in the what? What? Solitude? No. Huh? I sacrifice a spawn, which will trigger all 3 of my Chrysalis. Always yield. Okay. Sure. And unless you have a sweeper, we're in a decent spot. At this point we pass, we have nothing else we can do. I mean, we have a decent board state. In fact, I think we have lethal on board. Of course, Tybalt's going to exile something. I suppose they can cast the Writhing Chrysalis they exiled. Yeah. And then get more blockers that way. They'd have 4 blockers. Yeah, I guess there could be an argument that the best thing that I could have done is probably prioritize the Emrakul. I figured just swarming the board would be a better play here. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. I guess if they exile Worldbreaker and then cast Worldbreaker, they can... Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, if we had left it at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, we'd be still too short on the Emrakul. So we'll exile the Ugin Lab, which actually does hurt a lot since we no longer have any colorless. But I mean, we can definitely ensure Tybalt dies. Draw a talisman. I mean, the alternative is I just attack in with both Writhing Chris at Tybalt. They'd have to block a Valky and Breaker. I could swing it with the other Writhing Chris as well, just to guarantee Tybalt dies. It might be worth it, to be completely honest. I mean, clearly they'll block the Writhing Chris. That's too small. And then at that point, they're left with 2 cards in yard. Yeah. Because if they plus, they'll get 3 blockers from just casting Writhing Chrysalis. So I do think I need to... So I guess this emblem doesn't stop, right? Yeah, so they'll still be able to cast the Writhing Chrysalis, which is relevant. Go to combat. I think we do swing all out at Tybalt. I want that Tybalt dead. The other option is I swing out at them and attack. They're forced to block 1 of the big ones. So they probably block, take 8. But again, they have the Writhing Chrysalis kind of sitting back there. So yeah, I think I do need to attack in. So they'll block the 3/4. I'll end up taking 9. I have lethal on board though. We can block pretty well here. So Tybalt down. Can't really just leave that sit on board if I can help it. Alright. Let's see what you got. Land. 2 cards in hand. Both unknown. Attacking for 9. That is fine. So it seems like they'll play the Writhing Chrysalis now. Maybe? I mean, you need a green friend. Realize they mistapped. So there's the Writhing Chrysalis. And now it'll just be on blockers, basically. Yeah. Which is fine. What's Button struggling with here? You may play cards exiled with Tybalt Cosmic Impersonator. You may spend mana as though they're mana of any color. Yes. Okay. Yep. There's their Chrysalis. So now we sit back with blockers. We gotta just chill now. We need to top deck something. 2, 3, 4. Bring to light? Prismatic. Well, things just got a bit dire then, because we can block and then take 6. Draw. Well, Talisman ain't gonna do it. Alright, well, we pass, and I mean, if they can remove Chrysalis, we lose. Pass. Let's see what you got, opponent. Because, yeah, they attack in with Breaker. Yeah, they should just attack all in. We block Breaker and take 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need a Temple or Lab off the top to replay Breaker. A block, we block Breaker. Paying cost. Choose a creature card. Oh. 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 Oh, that's lethal. I was like, what's the benefit of this? And then I realized, yeah, that'll do it. I completely forgot about that ability on Valky, I'm not gonna lie. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that prismatic ending surely did end things. Yeah, Bring to Light? Was not expecting to see that anytime soon. Let's move to sideboard. How does Soulless Jailer read? Graveyards. Graveyards are exiles, so no. I mean, it's really just trying to do Valky shenanigans. So I feel like Dismember Return isn't going to do much. I also feel like my returns aren't going to do much. I guess permanent cards and graveyards can enter. Players can cast non-creature spells, but they're going to be mainly casting creature spells, I feel. I mean, I guess we could Stone Rain. Kind of meh on that. Could go Void Winnower. I mean, it's a card to play. Then I just do that. I can't see any other creatures, so I feel like it just might be Valky. Valky control. Alright, let's run it back. On the play for game 2. It's a bit slower than I'd like, but we can keep. Forest, pass. And pass. Carousel's Talisman or Carousel's Rumble? Probably Rumble unless we draw into a land. Carousel's, name Eldrazi, and cast Rumble. Looking for a land. Temple is fantastic. And hold up the ability to respond. 4 types in yard already. We love to see that. And hold up the ability to respond. Next turn we have a Writhing Chris. We also have removal in hand for a Valky. A Froge. Oh, we're gonna remove that. Sowing Mycospawn. So I could do one of 2 things here. We could go Writhing Chris as a blocker, but I think we just go exile X equals 2. And done. Do you have a force? Tis a force check. No force, we pass. So now we have 7, 11. We're 2 off of Emrakul. Could go so in Mycospawn kick next turn. It'll just replace the number of spawns we have though. I mean, the biggest thing is they're going Bring to Light, so keeping them off of 5 is relatively important. Pest control, we'll sack in response. And before phase change, we'll scry draw. Herigast, I do like the thought of that. We need another red source though. Underground Mort. And draw Devourer. That will prove beneficial. We can't kick, but I can at the very least make this uncounterable for what it's worth. And I'll grab a Ugin Lab. Imprint the Devourer. Play a Talisman of Impulse and pass. Alright, hold up the ability to respond. Off chance it's relevant. Three, 4, Vindicate. Rude. Thankfully that doesn't change my game plan too much, if at all. Still 4 types in yard, which means Emrakul is free. That feels like a Leyline Binding. Yes. So that does actually set me back. Yes, that's fine. And draw another lab. So red, colorless, green. I'll play lab, imprint Emrakul, go to combat, and attack with Mycospawn. So next turn we will be able to play the Herigast and then Emrakul, and also get myself another 3 cards. So that's not a bad set of options available to me. Windswept Teeth. It could be just Bring the Light into Valky. And looking like that is exactly what they're doing. 5 colors. Here comes Valky. Maybe they could surprise me with something. And that's the thing of Bring to Light, they can have some pretty interesting toolbox options. So we haven't seen any other threats in their deck outside of Valky. I feel like they Valky minus Exile Writhing Chris. But if they only do that, then Valky dies immediately, right? To Sowing Mycospawn, since we have 2 threats on board. I feel like that isn't a great option for them. Like, it is an option. Vindicate. Really? Yeah, that's fine. Not the end of the world, though it is a bit annoying. And draw. Another Writhing Chris. How much damage can we deal right now? I guess actually a good question is, do I go for the Herigast now or later? If I go Herigast now, we sack 1, 2, 3. So it makes up for the damage from the Sowing Mycospawn, funny enough. Well, Term is just going for another Writhing Chris and making some a pretty wide and big board. Actually, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see. Yeah, we'll sacrifice the Sowing Mycospawn. Oh, actually I don't have it yet, do I? I don't have double red. They did knock me off of that. I just realized. So I'd have to hard cast it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeesh. Alright, can't be countered. Another body on board. We attack for 5. I mean, we very much have lethal on board. The only problem now is if they have a sweeper, we just absolutely lose. In retrospect, maybe it was right to hold the Writhing Chris, because you would have had lethal on board the following turn. There is a Talisman of Impulse. Like I said, we have lethal as it stands. So let's go to combat. What this? Solitude. Solitude is fine. What are you exiling? exiling a Writhing Chris, that is also fine. Yep, that's okay. So now what I can do here is I can just cast the Herigast. I wouldn't be able to cast Emrakul. However, if I cast Talisman, then I can by sacrificing Writhing Chris. So let's do that. So 1, trigger, always yield. 2, trigger, Talisman of Impulse, Herigast, emerge, sacrificing Writhing Chris, red, 1, 2, draw 3, and Bone Scoops. Okay, we got there. On to game 3 then. It looks like they do have Solitude. That's good to know. I don't think that really changes anything, though, with what we're going with. I think we just run it back as is. And the only thing I'm thinking of right now as far as modifications for the deck is A, not 100% sold on the sideboard, but B, thinking maybe diversifying which Titans I'm using. Maybe like have one Emrakul, one Ulamog, one Kozilek, have one of each Titan in some way, shape, or form. At the same time, the Protestant is just a really strong card, and it can be cast for free off of Herigast, which is very relevant. Whereas like Ulamog or Kozilek are always going to be at least 1 mana, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because then you can use Cavernous Souls to ensure it's uncounterable, which is something to consider. We can keep this. We really need a green source, however. So this Devourer is going to be putting some work. Marsh Flats and passing. Trigger. Oof. So I think I need to exile all. Draw. Perfect. And red. Pass. I guess we also have Frog, so Solitude, Frog, Valky. We do need to be mindful of Vindicate as well, so something to keep in mind. Marsh Flats fetch and Mort. Leyline Binding's a bit rough, but a very aggressive play, so I'm kind of okay. Play the Temple and play the Talisman. Yeah, we'll play the Talisman at this point and pass. I mean, if they Vindicate the Temple here, it would be less than ideal, but not the end of the world. Shock 16 and Leyline Binding. A very reactive hand. But they're choosing pretty low impact cards. Sprawl for red. And hold up the ability to respond in case a command X0 is relevant. The biggest thing here, Planar Genesis, is going to be that they just go Valky. We'll be in a bit of trouble. Or rather, not Valky, but Tybalt. That will be a bit unfortunate. Our best recourse at that point is getting this Devour to cast. They whiff. Okay. Maybe they don't whiff, but they whiffed on a land, which is actually relevant. No shot you have another binding. No, you have a prismatic ending instead. Yeah, okay. And a Froge. I was thinking about Command X0 there, try and find a land, but I think now we just hold. And try and find a land, exile the Froge. Draw. Yeesh. Well, this has gotten complicated. Try and find a land here. About friggin' time. Okay, so we do have the Devourer next turn if we draw into a land. So if they do bring the light into Valky, it's not the end of the world unless they exile a spawn, which would be a bold move. But definitely not one outside the realm possibility. Next question would be, do we snap block the frog? They kept the card on top. Two is the Vindicate? Ketra, what? What is this? I'm very confused by what this deck is, unless maybe they had a transformational sideboard? That's my only thought. So they're drawing cards off of Frog. It gains flying. They will attack for 1. I'll take. So I mean, at this point, yeah, we really want to land to exile Ketra. Polluted Delta. They're looking for a land. Like I said, probably still for the Bring to Light. Watery Grave and Shock down to 11. If they go Valky, strip the Devourer, that would be a problem. Could be another Frog. Another Frog is okay. Draw. Land. Herigast. 2/6. I mean, we could exile a land for what it's worth. The other option is to go, let's see, 2, 4, 5, 6. 6 minus 2 would be 4, but we'd actually need to go minus 3 would be 3. Yeah, I mean, kicking a Mega Spawn does bring him off the Bring to Light, so I think that is correct. Ketra's already online, so exiling more is not the worst thing in the world. We'll get rid of the Triumph, so they're off of Mountain. And then we go with a Temple. Temple seems correct here. Like I said, we're at this point trying to exile the Ketra. There's a 5th land, down to 9. So they could have to bring the light for Valky. They alternatively could just go Vindicate to hit the lab. So it does look like bring the light for 3. Guess they could go 4, right? Black? Yeah. What's the right move is the question. Vindicate or Valky? I'd say Vindicate. I was gonna push me back. I mean, I snap block a frog, so they can't attack with both. They go Valky, exile Sowing Myco Spawn, Ketra trigger, 8, draw 1. Attack with Froge. The issue now is that I need to get rid of Valky. But I also need to get rid of Ketra. Draw. Rumble. Rumble's interesting to me. It could hit us into a land, which is relevant. It's a -1. We currently have access to 7. So yeah, if we get rid of Tybalt, that might be what we need. The Ketra, though, is genuinely a problem, because it is pseudo-unblockable. If we Rumble, we put more types into Yard, which could prove to be relevant. We also risk whiffing hard and being able to play nothing is the problem, so I think we just go with Devourer. And I will get rid of the Ketra. Like I said, Valky is an issue, but you might be able to play around it. Yeah, of course, need to leave back a blocker. Stomping Grounds, Bring to Light. Of course, they have Bring to Light, so now they can get rid of Devourer with a Vindicate or some other form of removal. They do need to be mindful of their timing, though. They are at a significant time deficit. Another Binding, Jesus. Okay. 4 cards in hand. Will they pitch? They did plus Valky so they can exile next turn. Pitch Frog, the Frog. Pitch Solitude, the Frog. So they're just trying to race to the bottom now. You might have to Rumble here. Like, I can Myco spawn, but they can pitch 4 up to 8. And if they pitch actually 5, it's lethal damage. Valky can simply just exile, so even if I get rid of Yard, it doesn't matter. So we're going to need to go deep here. The next question is, can I tap this Ugin's Lab? I think I have to. So I think I go like this. There's Cavern of Souls, sure. I mean, that allows me to play the Myco spawn, but then what? I guess we do have 2 blockers at that point. Name Eldrazi. We can play the Sowing Myco spawn, but I don't think we can play anything thereafter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're too short on the Herigast. And we can't play anything thereafter, so I think we just kick with the Myco spawn. The next question becomes what we grab with the Sowing Myco spawn. We'll get rid of the Triome. The good news is now, if I grab a Jukabog, they can only float 1 frog. rather than both, which would mean that I can block and survive a turn. So I'll go Bojuka-Bog. Bojuka-Bog, target you, and pass. So we're not dead yet. We'll pass. Yep, they'll pitch a frog. Split the damage evenly between the two. I mean, I'll snap block both here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can cast the Herigast. Alternatively, we can cast the Writhing Chrysalis. Stomping Ground. Tapped. Valky, Forest Delta. Draw. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Mugen's Lab. Imprint Herigast. Return Emrakul to hand. Two, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I could play both. Yes. Red, green, 2. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes. They have consigned memory? Oh, boy. So, unfortunately, it wouldn't have mattered based on that information. We can't Herigast, because we would have had the 13-13, but not the trigger, which would still mean Valky can exile whatever I played. And that will be the same here as well. They'll draw one card, meaning that they win as a result. Yes. The other option, I guess, was just casting Herigast. Now they pitch 3 between the 2 frogs, and they attack in for lethal. Yeah, I wasn't expecting them to have Consign in this deck, I'll be completely honest. And with, what, 3 seconds to spare? Opponent wins it. 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3. So no, if I had cast the Herigast and exiled, I would have drawn 3 and wouldn't have found anything of relevance, because he would have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, leaving me with what, 2? Leaving me with 1 rather. 2 including Misty. I wouldn't have done anything. Yeah. Because again, they would have been able to exile the Emrakul regardless. Yep, they got him. Nothing we could have done there. Unfortunate. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some, and sometimes you win with only 4 seconds left on the clock, so that was a close one. That said, we'll be back for match 2. Alright, and we're back for match 2 on the draw for game 1. Hand is... it's not bad, it's not great, it's just okay. I'll keep it. We'll go District tapped. Yes. Pass. Good Foothills, Fetch, Blood Crypt, Shock, Thoughtseize, Ragavan. Lava Spike, Rakdos Burn, okay. Devour, you're a bit late to the party. Commercial District. Utopia Sprawl top, and pass. And pass. This will guarantee me playing Myco Spawn and double red for Herigast into Emrakul. In that case, probably will play Bojuka Bog. Barbarian Ring, Bojuka Bog actually relevant here. Bolt Wave. Down to 14. 3 cards in hand. Security Credits down to 11. Draw. So yes, Bojuka Bog, target you. Make it more difficult to activate that Barbarian Ring. Utopia Sprawl on red. And pass. And pass. Lava Spike down to 8. And Lava Spike down to 5. Draw. Let's go Eldrazi Temple. Cannot kick. And... Sanctum of Ugin doesn't really do much here if we go Herigast in the Emrakul. I guess we could trigger Sanctum in response. Though actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2. So maybe we do need Temple here. And pass. And pass. I'll have 2 cards. Do you have the 2 need to win? 'Tis the question. 1, Barbarian Ring. And last one is... Searing Blaze. Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The only issue with that now is if we played the Devourer, it's going to exile my Utopia Sprawl. And it's not like we can Misty Rainforest. I guess we can go for Stomping Grounds tapped, so okay. We need to put pressure on board, and we also need to hope they draw nothing but frickin' either creatures or lands. Misty Rain, pass, pause on end step. Because yeah, 2, it was 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah. Okay, that is, that's burn. Lost for game 1. A lot of what they have is even, or not even, is odd. Return's not really doing too much though. So probably just bring in the Void Winnower. Oof's doing nothing. Jailer would only hit Rift Bolt. So I think we just run it back as is. Alright. Well, let's see what we can do against Burn. The nice thing about the traditional Eldrazi ramp list is that it has access to Chalice of the Void, has access to Haywire Might, etc. So a bit more resilient into burn. On the play for game 2. I'll keep. We will reveal Devourer. Trigger. Probably go with another Sowing Myco spawn, yeah? Trigger, imprint, cast, and pass. And pass. Fetch, Arid Mesa, Shock, and Vine Lasher. Okay, we want to get rid of Vine Lasher then. We could go 5 -4. I guess it'd be -2. So yes, we can do both Sowing Myco Spawn and Command. Fetch. Eldrazi Temple. Command. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do we want to, let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think we just will scry draw exile. And done. We're gonna say bottom. Draw and pass. And pass. So next turn we can kick the Myco Spawn, get rid of a land. So yeah, we'll go land, or I guess Talisman, land, Myco Spawn, fetch for Sanctum. That way we can play Devour, Sanctum, trigger, Herigast. I guess, yeah, that will work because we have double red. So that's fine. Mountain. Rift Bolt. Double Rift Bolt. Okay. World Breaker. So, Talisman of Impulse. Forest. Sowing Myco Spawn. Kick. Exile Bloodcrypt. Sanctum of Ugin. And go to combat. And pass. We'll take 6, either that or they'll bolt both my Myco Spawn. Down to 13. We'll exile another land, the Barbarian Ring. Searing Blaze. Down to 10. Draw. Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, 2, 6. And I'm going to tap this and then go 7. Exile Barbarian Ring. From here, we'd have 4 left. The nice thing about this is that I could have done some interesting shenanigans with Herigast. So yeah, we grab Herigast. We would then emerge World Breaker, or merge from World Breaker. I guess we could have emerged from the Sowing Myco Spawn as well, but I think we would emerge from the World Breaker instead. Because we can always bring the World Breaker back. But wanted to scoop it up. We'll take the win for game 2, move on to game 3. No real changes as far as I'm concerned. Run it back. on the draw for game 3. Opponents decide whether or not they want to go first. I mean, if they want me to go first, I'm not going to complain. No lands. It'd be heavily reliant on me having a green source. You go Bajuka Bog, Green Rumble, but even then, it's a bit sketch. I'm gonna mulligan. I'll keep, and we'll pitch the World Breaker. Done. Reveal. Pass. Looking for a soul land for command. Ragavan. Trigger. No soul land, no green source either. We could exile all and try and high roll into something better than a Caverns. Yeah, I think we do actually. Exile all. Go Temple, pass. Pass. Get hit by Ragavan, trigger. Happy to actually have you take that. We definitely did not want you. Skewer to critics down to 15. Lava Spike down to 12. The second command is good. We'll pass, hold up the first command, exile Ragavan once at the beginning of upkeep. Beginning of combat. Correction. I'll ramp and exile. And proceed. You have a Searing Blaze. Lava Spike, fine, down to 9. And passing. Land. Lab is good. Imprint Devourer. So 2, 4, 5, 6. At this point, I will pass. 3 cards in yard, so Barbarian Ring's not a threat yet. They had a Searing Blaze, they would have cast it last turn. Good Foothills, fetch. For a Theater. 5. I am a bit concerned about that Barbarian Ring being turned on, I will not lie. Let's scry draw here. X equals 4. Here's Bajuka Bog. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have Herigast. 2 types in yard. So we could go Herigast into Emrakul. Bottom. So I think I go top, top, top. So confirming 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 minus 9 plus 9, so yes, we can go Herigast into Emrakul. 3 would still be short 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 minus 9. It'd be 12. I'm just trying to think if there's a way for me to imprint Emrakul, sack Sanctum, because that would increase to 3. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. 11 plus 3 would be 14. And I think that might work. Am I crazy for thinking this works? Because I just need 4 types, or 3 plus 1 mana left over. Yeah. So if I imprint Emrakul number 1. I was thinking. We get an Herigast into an Emrakul. I guess we could just tuck Devourer. I'm just going to do that actually. Cast the Herigast. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9 triggers. I'll choose not to draw 3. No. Trigger. No. Emerge. Sacrifice. I guess I could have actually triggered the Sanctum. That would have cost me 1 less, I suppose. Recall the Promised End. Paying costs now. There's Skullcrack down to 6. I just need 2 turns. Yes. Right now you have 6. 6, 10. We need... Interesting. Maybe I should have exiled with Herigast in retrospect. Huh. So now we need a green source. Because, yeah, I would like to go sowing Mycospawn, theoretically. Because right now I only have 6, 10. I can't exactly go into another Emrakul. So, yeah, let's just go for sowing Mycospawn then. And hope for a green source, basically. Our turn, comrade. Another Barbarian Ring. I would love a spell here. Perfect. Because then we can go to main. Play Barbarian Ring. Bump the Knight. It's only target opponent? Bonk. I want to confirm Threshold here. 7 more cards in your graveyard. I mean, otherwise we lose. So we have to bump in a Knight, target me. And then... Oh, I don't want to do that. I want to sacrifice Barbarian Ring, target you. I want to sacrifice Barbarian Ring, target you. And then pass. Yeah, that was the worst case scenario with the bump in the Knight. If it was any other 1 mana spell, it would have been fine. I mean, that saved us from dying on the spot. I love how opponent literally said, and I quote, "Nice Emrakul." And then now, whoops. Alright, well, might still cost me. We'll see. down to one. 1 and 1 comes down to this. Land? We got it. Yeah, there's also an argument that maybe I should have kept that Bajuka Bug on top and drawn into it. That would have stopped the Barbarian Ring, but I mean, I think we're dead to pretty much anything in their deck. Jesus. I will take it. That said, we'll be back for match 3. Alright, and we're back for match 3 on the play for game 1. Hey, it's Gazmon. We play against them many times now. Ever have a sneeze? Thank you. There we go. I was about to say, ever have a sneeze that just kind of keeps on hanging? That was it for me. Ugh, that was miserable. This hand's not bad, actually. So we go Ugin Lab, Imprint, Emrakul. Excuse me again. Talisman Impulse, and pass. We do need another red source, but this is looking strong. Excuse me. Let's see, are they still on energy? No, Overgrown Tomb, Shock, Thoughtseize, Young Wolf. Okay, so Yawgmoth. Okay, well there's our double red. And red. Chrysalis. And pass. Hold with the ability to respond on the off chance it's relevant. Bowmaster is a thing. Mortuary, Surveil trigger. Two, 4, 5, 7. Cauldron Familiar. Okay, I was not expecting that. Gotta be Samwise combo? Seems odd. Stomping Ground Shock. So, let me see here. How much would I need for the Emrakul? We'll have 1 in Yard. And then Emrakul. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 10 will be short. So tempted to go Stomping Grounds and hold up Command. Huh. Stomping Grounds. Shock. Go to combat. No blocks. We'll hold then. Trying to still figure out what they're doing. Birthing Writ. I understand now. So I do have an opportunity to get rid of both Cauldron Familiar and Young Wolf in one fell swoop if I wanted. Yeah, tempted to do that. You can attack with both, that's fine. Because what they'll likely do is they'll sacrifice the Young Wolf to the Birthing Ritual trigger, and then we'll be able to get rid of both the Cauldron Familiar and the Young Wolf together. Let's see, what does opponent find? Because it is a bit interesting. I don't get to see what the creature is after they sacrifice, I don't believe. I think there is a window. Sacrifice Young Wolf, yes. What the? Oh, okay, I was like, Young Wolf? Like, hold on 1 second, that doesn't seem right. But no, that is correct. So exile, exile. I actually think I'll exile the Young Wolf and the Young Wolf. Done. I need to confirm something real quick because it doesn't feel like I clicked that. So Young Wolf. Young Wolf. There we go. That seems to have done it. I guess I can go 2. Doesn't really hurt. So exile, exile, 2. 1, 1, 2. And done. No Youngles, please. They will remain exile. My turn. Malevolent Rumble. Okay. Rumble's tempting. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, leaving 2, 4. So we can Emrakul. How do you want to proceed? We need double red. So I can go... I need red, red. So I think I go green, colorless, trigger, rumble, resolve. Not what I was hoping for. I'll grab temple. Temple, go to combat. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We could just cast the Herigast. Honestly, I might just do that. I probably should have, in that case, sacrificed prior to. That is a bit my fault for not thinking that all the way through, but I think this makes more sense. Yes. Oh, that's fantastic. And then cast, sacrifice the Herigast. Triggers. Tis a turn for Emrakul. With 2 Devours as backup. Brilliant. I'm going to say this is Yawgmoth, but I'm not certain. The Cauldron Familiar confuses me a bit. Soulish Jailer seems correct. Bajuka Bog's good. Cavernous Souls can probably go, as can Not Misty, the Ghost Quarter. Down to 21. And maybe cut World Breaker, keep Return? Arguable. Maybe cut an Herigast and a Return for 2 Dismember. Yeah, let's run it like this. Right now we're assuming that Dismember and Returns will be necessary. So leaves me a 4, 6, 9. It's a bit slow, but we can make it work. We'll keep. And pass. Burning Cat. And pass. Draw. Sprawl. So in that case, Forest. Sprawl. For red. And pass. And fetch. So next turn we'll be able to go Malevolent Rumble. See if we have anything to play, otherwise we go Wooded Foothill, fetch for Commercial District. And pass. Shock. And Wall of Roots. Wall of Roots into nothing. Rumble. Well, there's an Ugin Lab. We can imprint Emrakul, which means we can kick a Mycospawn. Yes. Ugin Lab. Imprint. And pass. Hold out the ability to respond. So they do have white. So yeah, I feel like Samwise combo might be in here. Is it Samwise plus Yogg, or is it just Samwise? Birthing Writ. Okay, so this does seem more and more like Samwise. Birthing Writ will resolve. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A little bit concerned. I didn't realize Samwise used Young Wolf. I guess it makes sense. Quite interesting. No Birthing Writ. Okay. Paying cost for Beseiju. I mean, we just return card to hand. Beseiju, yes. For a forest. Could go Stomping Ground, but not entirely necessary. So forest. Draw. I feel like you should have done that on my draw. 2, 3, 4, 6. 6, 10. I will kick. There's a +1 next turn. Let's get rid of your white source. That way you can't play Sam. And then we can grab... I thought to grab Sanctum of Ugin. Alternatively, I can just grab Temple. Let's grab Temple. And then pass. So 4, 8, 10, 11. We're 1 short on the Emrakul. We could try and go Rumble, as it's only a -1, so we find 2 types. Then we'd be able to cast the Emrakul. Now I'd be able to clear their board, which is nice. Probably go green, green, Rumble. Yeah, that all sounds correct. What you thinking, opponent? Green from the Walla Roots. Tap for Corticalling? Yes. Corticalling equals what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, x2? Doesn't seem like it'd be beneficial. Sam is 2 or 3? 3, right? Corticalling x1 for Cauldron Familiar? Yes, so the thought here is now Carrion Feeder. Okay, so they have 2 sack outlets. So if they go Sam, I don't think they can win on end step, thankfully. They still need a food. Okay, so it's 2. I was incorrect. You control enters. And right now they can't enter, so we're in the clear. Alright. So, my turn. Utopia Sprawl. Kinda wish you kept yourself on the top. We can play Utopia Sprawl. That's not an issue. So maybe play Utopia Sprawl here. Green, red. For green, green, since we have red. I don't think it matters too much. I'll go green. And then green, green. That way we have green, red. So yes, green, rumble. There's Emrakul. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Are we really one short? I think we are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oofda. So in that case, Stomping Grounds, Shock, kick a Myco Spawn. Get rid of Overgrown Tomb. The problem now is they can win at instant speed. 6, 7, yeah, short 1. I mean, I'll go Commercial District, and now we just hope that they don't find a creature across the top, however many. Stomping Grounds into Yard. We need just one more type in the Yard. That Utopia Sprawl genuinely screwed me over, funny enough. There's no point in attacking, I don't think. So we just sit back and we pray. Unfortunate. That Malevolent Rumble whiffed hard. End step, Birthing Rits. Now, as long as they whiff on a creature, we're fine. Otherwise, we lose. I'm doubtful they whiff on a creature, right? There's no shot. Yeah. Because now it's going to enter, going to create a food, going to drain me. And they're going to go through the loop. They can do it at instant speed, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So short of holding up a K command, there's nothing much we could do. Yeah. I'll just concede here. I know they play efficiently enough, so I don't really feel like forcing them to go through it. Okay, so we did know, or we were correct in what we expected, like a Samwise Yawgmoth, but looks like more Samwise than Yawg. So this member seems right. We can cut the Gemstone in favor of probably the Cavernous Souls rather than the Ghost Quarter. Return seems good, Dismember seems good, Oof seems eh. Winnower seems interesting. Jailer is good though. So I think we do run it back like this. Yeah, we had so many good hits off the top of that Rumble and we just whiffed hard. Unfortunate. Yes. I'll keep this. Because the Jailer alone really does hurt them. On to main. District, trigger. I'd like a green source. Bog, I will put in the Yard, as much as I don't like doing that. Because, yeah, a green source would be nice. That we can go Utopia Sprawl into Jailer. Shock and Gilded Goose. Draw. Another Temple, geez. Temple into Jailer. And pass. And pass. So we can go Temple, Talisman Sprawl into Rumble. Yes. So pretty much just dumping our hand. And passing. Draw. So Temple. Talisman. Talisman Sprawl. Sprawl on red. And then Rumble. I said Rumble. Wow. That sure is a set of cards that I didn't want. I guess we go Sprawl because it's mana neutral and we have a land. Yeah, we'll do that and pass. Jesus, our Rumbles have not been treating us well today. Fetch. Seiju. Well, that could be problematic. Stomping Ground tapped and pass. Because I think they can win this turn. Sam, Cat, Viscera Seer. They need a land to accomplish that, though. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. What's our best play then? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I mean, we can play anything in our deck. There's Grist. Grist plus Familiar into Yard. Draw. Myco. Temple. Sprawl. Sprawl on grounds. Again for red. Talisman. And a kicked Myco spawn. Again, we go after their white source. And let's grab a Sanctum of Ugin and pass. They can create blockers with Grist, so that's a point. Burning Catacombs fetch for a white source, I would imagine. There's the Godless Shrine. Yep. There's Sam. Now they just need a sack outlet plus a food. Draw. Yeesh. I mean, I can't not attack Grist here. Grist goes down to 2. We pass. Yeah, and you got the win. We saw nothing but lands. Holy hell. GG's. So yeah, they sack, food, rinse. They got it. GG's. Alright, well, you win some, you lose some. I would definitely say another example where Karn would have been better. I say that at the same time we didn't see Herigast that's kind of taking Karn's place, so moot point, right? We just saw kind of nothing. Wild. Wild, wild stuff. So that was Sam combo. All right, well, we'll be back for match 4. All right, enter back for match 4 on the play for game 1. I will keep. Definitely have a line here. So Ugin Lab, Imprint, cast Talisman. Would love a forest off the top. Honestly, any land will do, but a forest especially. Blue Delta, pass, land, rumble. Let's go Talisman of Impulse. Malevolent Rumble. There's the forest we were requesting. We could alternately go Sanctum of Ugin, because we do have green-red at this point, so I'm thinking Sanctum of Ugin instead. Play Sanctum of Ugin and pass. There's Undercity Sewers. And hold up the blade to respond. Swamp. Emperor Bones. Well then, not thrilled by that prospect. So, Emperor Bones, this could mean Goryos, maybe? Lab. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No imprint. Kick the Myco spawn. Let's get rid of your blue-black. And I'm thinking we go Gemstone Caverns to ensure the resolution of the Herigast. And name Eldrazi. At this point I'll pass. And pass. So the hope is now they don't have another land. They do. Comes into play tap, so looking more and more like Goryos. Emperor Bones gets rid of K command. Yep. No attacks. They have no way to counter, so we should be good then. Fatal Push? Thoughtseize. Hits Crystal. Oh, hits Self. Atraxa. Okay. Draw. There's an Emrakul. Huh. That is interesting. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're short still. So, go to combat. Attack. Return Herigast to hand. Sacrifice. Sacrifice the spawn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Herigast. Sanctum. No reason to do this right now. 3. So we have enough for the Emrakul regardless. So I think I go... no. And... no. Herigast resolves. And then sacrifice Herigast with Emrakul. This time I'll trigger yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm thinking we go with a Sowing Myco spawn. Our turn, comrade. There's Goryos, there's Ephem, there's Force. So we can let's see. I'd like to be able to get rid of a lot here. I mean, I could do a few things. So we draw, for one. There's an Ulamog the Defiler. So what I can do is I can Emperor Bones exile Psychic Frog, pitch all cards from hand, and then float Frog multiple times? Yes. That makes sense to me. So we go from 4 to 3, and then we have 5 in hand. So I can't get rid of everything, but pretty freaking close. So 2 main. And then I'm going to hold priority. Seriously, it's not working. Beginning of combat. Trigger target Psychic Frog. Yes. Yes. Holding priority. It didn't work, but that is still fine. I'll attack. Holding priority. For God's sake, let me activate. Because I don't need to attack with the frog. Adapt to. Frog. Go to blockers. Block with the Emrakul. So Bones down. Activate Frog, put a +1/+1 counter on it. We'll pitch the Ulamog. We'll pitch the Goryos. And then opponent scoops it up. So then we have 6. Actually, I think we'd have 9, wouldn't we? Yeah. So we'd have had enough to where we needed to then just clear their entire hand and board. Cool. You got there. I just wish the hold priority function was a little bit better. Goryo's Vengeance, win for game 1. And let's move the sideboard. A lot of their deck is X2, so Void Winnower is good. Jailer is good. Cut Return. Bajuka Bog's good. Cavern's good. Ghost Quarters is not. World Breaker's mid. And we either cut one more thing. Maybe cut Emrakul. There's also the possibility to run Harbinger. So I'm wondering if we do this and just like cut all of Emrakul with a focus on Winnower and Jailer. Really just try and interact with their game plan in full. It's a thought. It is a thought. The only thing is Jailer only interacts with Goryos. So maybe we cut the Jailer instead of the Emrakul then. Keep this member. Let's try this. Yeah, that's one thing. The sideboard still feels very hit or miss. That's a mulligan. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep. Pitch, dismember. Actually. Fetch. Stomping Grounds. Red. Temple Mycospawn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. We'd be short 1, wouldn't we? Yes, I'll discard Dismember. Or rather, imagine if Mulliganing was discard. Jesus. It'd be so good. And draw. Command's good. That's solid. Misty Rain. For Stomping Grounds. Shock. Utopia Sprawl. For red. Pass. What would hurt the most right now? Probably Prismatic Ending. That would hurt the most. Me pass. Blue to Delta. Fetch. Do you play a Froge? Shock and Froge. So there's a world where we need to hold up command then. As much as I would like to Mycospawn to set up for next turn, we should instead hold up command in case of Goryos. So hold up the command. There's the frog. So at this point in time, we could K command frog target Ulamog. They can no longer attack. But they could still, if they had another land, then Ephem, the Ulamog would be the main concern. So maybe we just hold. Screw, we're going for it. Because they would need exactly that. They would need that land Ephem. Done. There's the consign. That's fine. We'll take the 2. Because now we can set up for Mycospawn into Bojuka Bog to get rid of Ulamog. Cast no kicker. Oh, mistapped. And now they don't have a consign. Bojuka Bog. Bojuka Bog target you and pass. And pass. So no Ulamog. If they attack, do we snap block is a good question. As much as I want to, there's a Grizzlebrand. Oh, shoot. Bones. I do not block. Draw. Land. Myco. A land would have been perfect. Actually, no, we're still fine. Sacrifice Myco. We're gonna go for it. Do you have a consign in hand? That is the question. Ugh. Hollowed Fountain, Shock. What do you consign? Yes. Boy. I could go for it and try and find a dismember for bones. I'm not sure I like that though. It's a lot of value in hand. The thing is, they kill me next turn otherwise, so we have to. Okay, command doesn't cut it, and that's the game. Okay, concede. Loss for game 2. Because they Emperor Bones, activate Grizzlebrand, pitch the frog for lethal. Unfortunate. Yes, we will cut the Gemstone Cavern. Maybe bring back the World Breaker. And then run it back. Yeah, if they just didn't have that consign, we would have been fine, because then we could have done all of that, and then, yeah, we would have been A-okay. On the play for game 3. I'll keep. A lot of interaction. I mean, if we can get a Void Winnower down, I'm not sure how they deal with it. Main, Temple, pass, and pass. We'll need to find some lands, though. Marsh Flats fetch for a Thoughtseize. What a Grave Shock, Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize self or me? Thoughtseize me. I mean, you could take some commands, but the Void Winnower might genuinely be more of a threat to you. Okay, choose to ignore the Winnower. Land. Cavernous Soul's looking good. Play Temple and pass. Do you play a Froge into my command? Do it. Olive Fountain Shock. Falaji. Teferi grabs Force. At least it's not a whir. Or not a whir, a flare. Chooses. Oh, you can choose Teferi. Non-creature, yeah. Look at that. Oh, well, let's do this now while we can then. X equals 2. Utopia Sprawl and Forest. 2, 4. I mean, yeah, we could do that. I mean, we already have a green source in the way of Cavernous Souls. Might be better for me to just bottom draw. Try and find something. We find a land anyways. Moot point. And pass. Draw. Herigast. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Wooded Foothills. We'll pass, hold up command. Because I'll make 3 types in yard. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, if we can cast the command, we're in a good spot. I'm going to take this archive, so no Teferi. For Thoughtseize again. Interesting. I will fetch. They still have a blue up, so I don't want to play directly into a consign. So I'll go Stomping Ground, Shock, and then Command X equals 3. See if we get a consign out the way. There's a consign, as expected. So at least we can use that as a permission spell. At this point, all you, opponent. I mean, Emrakul is a genuine concern here for you. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That grabs the Herigast. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Draws into a Misty. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ugh, one short. In that case, we'll grab the Misty and pass. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One short, yep. One short for Winnower, one short for Emrakul. Undercity Sewers. We'll be able to grab. So here comes Teferi. They try and bounce a spawn. We can make it so it's illegal. No draw for you. Okay. And go to end step. Fetch of Misty Rainforest for Commercial District. Trigger. Temple Top. And draw. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we can go one of two directions. We can go Void Winnower and basically stop them from playing anything, or we can go Emrakul. The only concern I have with Emrakul or Winnower for that matter is a Solitude. I think we do go Winnower here. Is a Winnower. And pass. Next turn we can play Emrakul. So no Frog, no Goryos, no cantrips in the way of Tainted Indulgence. Opponent scoops it up. I'll take it. I'll take the Winnower win. Oh, gotta love it. My opponent's like, wait a second. I can't cast even spells. What do? Lovely. Alright, well, we'll be back for match 5. Alright, and we're back for match 5 on the draw for game 1. I mean, this looks solid to me. I'll keep. Reveal Devourer. We're looking at this point for a Herigast. Witch Bless, so looks like Blink. Aether Vial Blink, which is important to note. We can go for an Emrakul. 1, 2. Only concern here, of course, is White Orchid Phantom might be main. Stomping Ground, Sprawl, Temple, Writhing Chris. Yeah, we'll go Emrakul. I'm tempted to go Return, though. Let me grab Return. I think it's a safer play. So Stomping Ground, Shock, Utopia Sprawl for red. This way I have a turn 2 K return for Felia, which will inevitably be played. If they play it differently, we'll figure it out. Another Aether Vial, so no Felia. Okay, so we can go into Chrysalis instead then. So yes, we'll play Writhing Chris. So green, red, and colorless. Alright. So next turn we do have Devourer. You can play Devourer and Sprawl. Because Lab, Imprint, Devourer, Sprawl, and then play Devourer. Okay, so we have options. Gala Shrine Shock for Recruit of the Guard. Recruit of the Guard finds White Orchid Phantom, if I had to bet. Yes. Alright, and they're gonna do it. Once again, you should really do it on draw, not on upkeep, people. But they will do it on draw, or upkeep rather. Targets. Let's go double red. Yes. For a forest. Question of the day. Do I return here? Otherwise, don't have red. So I'm gonna sack trigger. Return. And go. Rumble. Lab. Imprint. Combat. 4. Hold up the ability to respond. Imagine 3/2 for Vials. Again, Moment where Karn would be good here. Overlord of the Bailmerk is fine. Flicker Wisp could flicker it. There's a Solitude, there's a Recruiter. Returns White Orchid. So they can do more White Orchid shenanigans with Vial. Do they bolt? Down to 8. Gutsy. So that tells me they have a Felia. I could try and bait them here into hitting the lab if they don't know that the trigger doesn't rely on the lab staying on board. That's a bit of a gamble, though. We'll just continue. Upkeep. Again, you should wait till draw. You'll still go on upkeep. White Orchid Phantom, target. Yeah, I think I should have. I think I should have attempted to bait them. Trigger. Yes. For forest. And draw. A lab. Lab imprint. Devourer. Rumble. Herigast and Emrakul? Tempting, tempting, tempting this is. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'd be 1 short of the Emrakul. I mean, it's tempting. We just need a land. The thing is, I'm pretty sure they have a Felia. Herigast doesn't do too much here. So I think we do go for Emrakul. Alright, the question of the day, do we attack? I think we do apply pressure. They're at 8, so they're going to have to block at some point. Attack. Yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1 short. There's the Felia, as expected. They might just flicker the White Orchid. I think it's right for them to go for the Overlord. Grab Solitude, that way even if I do Emrakul, doesn't matter too much. There's a land, 1 in hand. What do you flicker, friend? The White Orchid or the Overlord? Overlord can grab the Solitude. I guess it could grab the Recruiter, and then Recruiter grab White Orchid. Yeah, see, I think the better plan here would have been Felia, Flicker, Overlord. Overlord, grab Recruiter. I guess it would be on end step, so give and take there. No blocks. I need a blocker, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A land still gets us. Paying cost for what? Aww. 1 card left in hand. Curious. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, I need a land to play Devourer. Overlord of the Balamurk is fine. Do they grab Solitude? Aven Interrupter. Aven Interrupter is significant because they can then play that with File. Returns Recruiter of the Guard. Recruiter of the Guard again can grab White Orchid. And then White Orchid can be played with Aether Vial. And it's once again why I think it was right for Felia Overlord, but regardless. End step. Triggers. Trigger, White Orchid, targeting, because now the next White Orchid is a sinkhole. So that is problematic. Yes. For Forest. Recruiter. So now we're going to be left with only 4 mana. Yeah, that's a bit concerning. Now doing an upkeep makes sense, because now I can't have a chance of drawing into a K command. Yep. So that is a sinkhole. We're going to say no. Talisman. Okay. I still have a chance here. Play Talisman. Utopia Sprawl for red. They'll flicker the White Orchid. Not White Orchid, the Writhing Chris. So I guess a good question now is, am I forced to block? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Am I forced to hold back the Chrysalis? 3, 5, 7, 8, 10. Or sorry, 3, 8, 10, 13. I'll be at 3. I do think I'm forced to hold back the Chrysalis, because if I don't, then they'll flicker the Eldrazi spawn. I mean, otherwise they can always just Overlord, grab Solitude, exile, and flicker the spawn. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, too short. Alright, we'll pass. And see if they play this correctly. If they do, we're not dead, but we'll need a very specific top deck in the way of a Templar Lab. Yeah. Now, if that happens, I'm pretty sure we just win. If it doesn't, we lose. So we'll Felia flicker the Chrysalis, like I think. Trigger. Overlord, Felia. Felia, flicker White Orchid. They messed up there, so that's fine. And then, do they pick up a Solitude? They pick up a Solitude. This is all fine. Solitude hit. Chrysalis, that's okay. No blocks, up to 20. Down to 9. Triggers. I need a land off the top. Is this a Flicker Wisp? Son of a frickin'. Okay, then. What are my outs now? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 9. Draw. Utopia Sprawl isn't it. Well then, we're at 9. They can flicker my blocker. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're short 4 on the Emrakul. Yep, you got it. You've got it. So this is Blink, but more traditional version. Do we want Collector Oof here? I don't think so, even though with the Aether Vial, like, yeah. Jailer, no. I think we just need the Dismember return package, but do we actually need Dismember? Dismember would really be for Ketra, and there's no Ketra here. So maybe we want the return package, and then we can keep Bog technically. Bog's kind of meh here. Cavernous Soul is also not doing much for us, but I think Bog really isn't doing much for us here. Void Winnower is interesting, but Aether Vial gets around that. So I think we just double up our add additional return. And Oof, like I said, could be something to consider, but I don't think it's good enough. Let's run it back like this. I was increasing the number of returns. And on the draw, on the play for game 2, I can keep. We can go Misty Rainforest and pass. Pause on end step. Shadowy Backstreet is fine. Fetch for Commercial District. You won't always go with non-basics right now. Return into Yard. That'll be good for later. Now we could go Temple. If they don't have the White Orchid Phantom, we can go Soin Mycospawn Kicked. If they do, though, I guess we just play a Soin Mycospawn. Yeah, we'll take our chances. Rumble. I will grab the Chrysalis. And then hold up the ability to respond on the off chance it's relevant. Do you have a White Orchid Phantom? That's the question. Of course you do, because why wouldn't you? Yes. Grab a forest. And my turn. So we can play Temple. It's a non-kicked Mycospawn. Otherwise I can play Chrysalis. That's an option as well. I think we go Chrysalis. That way we have a blocker for the White Orchid. Oh, I messed up. Red. There's Writhing Chris. So now we have a blocker for the White Orchid. And we still end up ramping. Alright, another White Orchid hits the Temple. Interesting. I guess it's a red source. Makes a bit of sense, actually. And no attacks, unless they don't realize Sneaky Reach. They do know about Sneaky Reach. There's the Sprawl. So go Forest, Sprawl for red. We could kick Mycospawn here. They did miss their land drop, so I think that's important to note. 1, 2. slightly tempted to kick and sweep. I think we hold up the sweeper. But I kind of want this green is the thing. Actually, what I can do is this. Let's start off by Rumble. Trigger, Rumble. I'm gonna grab the Emrakul. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yes. So what I can do then is trigger, trigger, and trigger. There's the K return, sweep. Our turn, comrade. Vindicate. Give me a land, please. Draw. No land, rude. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything here. Aven Interrupter, no MDFC lands, right? No, Aether Vial would do nothing but give them advantage. Aether Interrupter he can't play. Can it be plotted? No. I didn't think so, but I wasn't sure. All we could do is play the Felia, but there's no point in doing that, so... Alright. Cool hand. Hope we find a Solitude. Because Solitude's kind of your only hope, right? Otherwise, we have Lethal. Another one. Go to combat. Attack and attack. Solitude, question mark? There's the Solitude. Emrakul down. Deal 6. And you exile the Aven Interrupter. So you have Felia. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I mean, we could go Emrakul again, right? Otherwise, we can kick Mycospawn and hold up red. No, we can't hold up red. No, we can. So in that case, imprint Emrakul, kick the Mycospawn, hold up red. You'll have to cast your Felia now. Grab a Sanctum of Ugin. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Sanctum of Ugin. And we'll go ahead and cast Return, question mark. Phone's gonna scoop. Alright, we got there. On to game 3. Alright, we didn't take out the gemstone last time. We can take out the gemstone now. Do we want to, though? What do we bring in? I think we just keep the gemstone as a land, an untapped land to be exact. Alright, let's run it back. On the draw for game 3, this hand is not... Okay, so what makes this hand good? Let me pause for a second. Specifically, it would be a lab, because it would be able to go lab, talisman, forest, Mycospawn, Herigast, Emrakul, but that's a tall order, so we mulligan here. I'll keep. I think we pitch a Devourer and reveal Devourer looking for interaction. Shock and Thoughtseize. I mean, I guess you can take the Talisman, or reduces the amount of ramp. Otherwise, you take a Devourer, which also reduces the amount of mana I can generate with labs. Yeah. That's fine by me. Triggers on the stack. Trigger number 1. Mycospawn is good. I will take a Mycospawn. And there's the K returns. The question then becomes, we take the Mycospawn or keep the return? We might want to go return, as much as I would like the Mycospawn. So lab, imprint, talisman, pass, and pass. Do you have a white orchid? Overlord the Bailmerk. Okay. And returns Trawler. That's good to remember. Play the Wooded Foothills that they know about, and pass. Now, we already exiled our commercial district, which is unfortunate. So we'll have to go for Stomping Grounds. Fetch Marsh Flats. Play Emperor of Bones. Yes. Exiles Devourer. Yes. On end step, I'll fetch a Wooded Foothill for a Stomping Ground. Actually, our only one right now. It's a bit concerning. And draw. Sowing Mycospawn. See, I'm tempted to play it. At the same time, I'm a little bit concerned if we do, because we won't be able to play the K return. So we might need to wait a turn to do so. I guess one benefit of doing so will be that we can kick the Mycospawn next turn if needed. And also not have to tap the Ugin Lab with Devourer. They attack. Exile, yep. I'll say, I don't imagine you adapt here. I'd be a bit surprised. White Orchid Phantom. Targeting. In response, I'll return. Yes. And not a huge fan of the fact that we have this Catacombs here. Fetch with the Catacombs. Forest. Question of the day, do we return now? Probably not. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, so I think I see the path forward. And upkeep. There's an EFM. Yeah, saw that as a potential option for them. So we will in turn K return. I think I should tap the talisman. K return. And draw. They know about the Devourer, they know about the lab, they don't know about the forest, which might want to keep it that way. So I will play the lab. We will imprint the Devourer and pass. I guess at the same time, it would have been good to hold that. Trawler, less than ideal, but fine. Exiles my yard. Emrakul. Forest. So we can kick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I don't want to though. And let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. This way we can grab a temple and be able to cast Devourer next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're 4 short on the Emrakul. 1, 2, 3, yes. I will absolutely snap block that. Thank you for the offer. Paying cost for Vindicate. 1, 2, 6. Yeesh. That resolves. End step. 1, 2, 3, 7. The question is whether or not we'll draw into an untapped land. It's definitely possible. But is it more likely that we draw into a 7 mana value spell? That's a good question. Overlord returns regardless. Because really what we want to see is we have 2 more Devourers and 1 World Breaker. So that's 3 hits. And I'll return Devourer to hand. And draw. I mean, statistically speaking, the decision I made was correct. That just utterly sucks. Got absolutely hosed by variants. And now when they attack, they'll bring back a White Orchid. White Orchid will hit my lab or my stomping grounds. And then we'll be short 2, which means now we'll need to hit a soul land specifically in order to cast anything. I mean, oh, that sucks so bad. But like statistically speaking, okay, well that's just rude. We made the right choice. Do I have anything to fetch? I don't think I have anything to fetch. 2 stomping grounds and a commercial. Yeah. And 2 forests. We literally have nothing to fetch. Wow. Well, I mean, what do you do at that point? There's nothing we can do. I think we just die here. I'm trying to think of my out at this point. I guess Chrysalis would help. That they White Orchid my stomping grounds and I'm just dead. Thoughtseize. Take your pick. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Emrakul's not getting cast anytime soon, so Devour Worldbreaker is probably your best bet. I'd probably say Worldbreaker just for the reason that if we do find a way to cast it, it can block your White Orchid and Exile, but we'll go with White Orchid instead. I'll shuffle. Yeah, no, the Devour is definitely the wrong choice because we couldn't even cast it. I'll just shuffle. Yep. So we have 4. Seriously? If they hadn't had the Vindicate and, we would have been fine. So we'll go lab. Oh no, we just die, right? because we fail to find with the Misty Rain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need one more land. Oh, that sucks so much. The Vindicate really hurt there. Yeah, we're just one short. So we fetch just to confirm. No non-basics, no, which means I cannot cast, which means you win. Oofda. Well, a little bit of a unfortunate run there, just losing to variance, which is never a great feeling, but sometimes it is what it is. I will say a few times here, I will admit I would have liked Karn, but I feel like the few times where I would have preferred Karn, we actually wouldn't have seen it, because realistically speaking, the way I look at it is Writhing Chrysalis would be replaced by 3 Null Drifters. The 4th Writhing Chris, I forget what it would be. I guess the 2nd World Breaker, right? And then the 3 Herigast would be Karn. And the times where I would have wanted Karn, we didn't see Herigast. So, hard to say whether or not having Karn instead of Herigast would have mattered. Will be interesting as we continue to compare the Herigast Eldrazi ramp list to the Karn Eldrazi ramp list, whether that be Temur or Gruul. And then, of course, there's going to be like another version soon with the new Ugin in like a month, where it's probably going to be tested in replacement of Karn, so just acting as more Planeswalkers, but instead of a Karn board, just a regular board, probably similar to what we're playing now. Probably minus the like Void Winnowers, since that's really for like Herigast. But still probably with like Collector Oof, Stone Rain, etc. But all things considered for next time. That being said, as always, if you guys did enjoy today's video, please do consider hitting that like button. Comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or just some general feedback. For as much as I hope that you all learn from me in both my success and my failure, I hope to learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you have made it to this point in the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the like button, not the like button, the subscribe button, as every subscriber does get us closer to our goal of 1,000 subscribers and eventually being able to monetize these videos. With that being said, folks, I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye!